Calling in.
Yes, Steve was talking about news stories during that time. You remember the big fire at the Exxon plant up the road here?
Oh, sure I do.
I was just fresh at WTMA, and I got to tell you, I went and covered it. I wanted to know more about radio, so I took a chance to do a little stint in the news department. And I remember covering the story, and the big hook that the news director took out of it was the biggest fire since the fire that they had several years ago when those tanks blew up when I was about, what, the 50s, early 60s? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got a big boost out of it. In fact, the boss gave me a bit of a raise that day.
Is that so?
That's right, because I got there and was what do you call those runners doing that day when the guy was
Stringers.
Stringers. I acted like a stringer for the station for a little bit there.
I got a great news story that happened before I got here. On Church Street, that church with the high steeple. I don't know all the names of the churches. Yeah, it was on fire, and there was a guy by the name, I think his name was Jose. Mm-hmm. He was a Hispanic fella, and he wasn't on the radio, but he worked around the station.
Gotcha.
And so they said they didn't have only but one newsman at the time, and he had to stay at the station. So they sent Jose down there. This is a true story now. I'm not making this up. Sent him down there to cover that fire. And because we were at the Dock Street Theater, it was only a block away. And so Jose is on the telephone talking to the newsman. They're giving live reports. And he says, oh, my. He said, the tower on the church is beginning to fall. And so, of course, with the radio station just down a block, the newsman said, which way is it falling? and Jose said this. This is true now. I'm not kidding you. Jose says, if his name was Jose, I can't remember what his real name was. He said, it's falling down.
Gery London, you had something you wanted to share with us.
Yeah, when we were still on Orange Grove Road, I was doing afternoons, and all of a sudden, here comes John Burwell running into the studio, grabbing the fire extinguisher.
Oh!
There was a trailer we had out there beside the generator.
As if I was going to put that thing out.
Yeah, you were going to put the whole trailer out with a fire extinguisher.
Right.
I said, Burwell, you're stupid, you know.
John, do you remember that?
He's had a senior moment, that's all.
You remember that,
I have those all the time, Bill.
Let me tell you another news story.
Tell me, John.
Yeah, I was filling in one time. This is when I was off the air as production director. The morning news anchor was on vacation, and so they had me reading the news.
Who was the morning anchor at that point?
That was Al Cammy.
Yeah.
Back at the time. And all of a sudden, I get one of these bulletins in, and Elvis Presley is dead.
Oh, don't make me go
1977-ish, about 76, 77. I sure
Absolutely.
do. I sure do.
I was off the air, and I came in, and I was just blown away by it, and I think I was going, it was the last time I did news.
That happened, and Steve Bell was doing afternoon drive news, and he did not lead with that story.
Right.
Oh, my God.
The king died.
And John Trenton was a little on the mad side about that.
Well, he was going by what John told him to do.
But I got to tell you all.
Lead with a local story.
Right.
And I was about to kick his behind.
Oh, my gosh. John Burwell and Gery London, let me tell you a related story to that. I'm in the newsroom at Channel 5, WCSC. Mm-hmm. And we were watching the evening news, and I was there with Warren Pepper, my friend Warren Pepper, and Warren said, we just got the bulletin over the Associated Press, Bill, that Elvis had died. And I said, oh, my God, Warren. He said, yeah, it looks like it. Let's see where CBS, with Walter Cronkite at that point, where they put the story 20 minutes in.
No.
Elvis had just died, and they put the story 20 minutes in. So it's kind of, Gery, what you're talking about, not leading with Elvis's death. The biggest story, of course, of the year, of the decade.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
When I heard that story, I said, Elvis who?
No, you didn't.
No.
You didn't do that.
We actually had a short documentary of Elvis Presley on that weekend.
I don't remember where I was when Elvis
died. Elvis was almost
you were
as big.
At, KTM, I think.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis was almost as big in Charleston as Booby Nash was. Almost as big. Folks, we are reminiscing
That's
here.
not true.
On the 70th,
he wasn't even close.
The 70th birthday of WTMA today, 70 years ago. I've got Bill Quinn in the studio with me. I've got Gery London, the great Booby Nash, Terry Allen on the phone. We've got the Right Reverend John Burwell, and we welcome your calls. We've got a few more minutes
and we
left.
got Kirk Varner.
And Kurt, you still holding on with us?
I think Kirk's gone.
We lost Kurt. All
Kirk,
right.
are you there?
Kurt? I think we lost Kurt, but it was good to have Kurt with us.
I can go in the yard and holler if you
No,
want me to.
I don't think. I think Kurt's up in New Haven, Connecticut. But we welcome your calls in the remaining time we have left so you can share your memories of the mighty TMA with us. The number to call, 556-1250. John, you want to take a quick break, and we'll come right back?
We'll do it, and we'd like to say that it's WTMA Day in the city of Charleston. Mayor Joe Riley has proclaimed it thusly, and also Governor Sanford has named it WTMA Day in the state of South Carolina. So we are most honored to be recognized today on our 70th birthday. We'll have more WTMA memories coming up next with Bill Sharpe and the gang right here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA.
Delivering vital information to the Low Country since June 1939. WTMA, Charleston.
Tune in to Senior Focus, 9 a.m. this Saturday morning for the latest on legal issues.